Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is my first ever YouTube makeup tutorial. I was having a really hard time putting my phone on the stand and just sitting in front of my camera and recording this part of the tutorial. So I decided to kind of try it like this and see how it goes. This is the look that I created, just a nice smoky eye. If you like what you see, please continue watching. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and comment below. I will list all the products I used in the description box. And thanks for watching. Also, please subscribe to my channel. Hey guys, welcome, and don't forget to subscribe. Alright, so I'm starting off with the Chanel Hydrobeauty Lip Balm. Then we're gonna go in with the YSL primer. I have no idea why my camera was blurry there. It was hard for me to get it to focus. Just putting it everywhere, dragging it down. Then I'm going in with the Tarte Amazonian Clay foundation. The one that I'm using is in the shade Light Medium Sand. I've been using this for years. This is probably one of my favorite foundations. I typically have oily skin, so with this being a clay, it helps mattify things a bit. It's also like a medium to full coverage. As you can see, I'm really putting that baby on to turn it into a full coverage. So just going through with a MAC flat brush, applying it everywhere I want it to be, drag it down to my neck a little bit, and then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna blend that out with a beauty blender. So blend, blend, blend. I really like beauty blenders. I feel like they're a good way to evenly distribute the product. The key is you have to really wet your beauty blender. The trick behind the beauty blender is that when you wet it, it fills with water. So therefore, when you are using it to apply your product, it won't absorb your product. It will actually press your product into your skin. So that's pretty cool. That's all blended. Now we're going in with a Tarte Shape Tape in shade Fair Neutral. I like this concealer. It's on the heavier side, so it is also a full coverage concealer. I am applying it underneath my eyes and kind of creating a little triangle. I like to put it under my nose as well. I just feel like I get red under my nose. Also, we're applying the concealer everywhere that we want to pop and bring out. So since we're doing a little highlight here, we want these to stand out more, these places where I have applied the concealer. I'm using my new E.L.F. concealer sponge. I like it. It kind of just fits in so nicely right under the eye area. Sometimes I feel like I struggle getting the inner corner of my eyes with the beauty blender, whereas I feel like this one just kind of fits in perfectly. I am dragging the concealer over my eyes just to use as a base, which I will go through again regardless and apply a base on my eyes anyways. But yeah, just going through, blending. Now we're going in with the HudaBeauty Sugar Cookie. This is a setting powder. I'm going to use it to bake. I love baking. I mentioned earlier, my skin gets really oily in my T-zone. So this helps. This helps stay matte throughout the day. And it also just helps keep everything in place. I feel like it just gives me a nice brighter effect. Also helps with the whole highlighting. Now I'm going in with the Born This Way concealer in shade Fairest. And I'm just going through and I'm gonna apply that on my eyelids as a primer, as a base, blending it out. I definitely applied way too much product. I'm really good at using way too much product, so I'm just going through and blending the remainder of it in with my finger. Honestly, sometimes like your finger is the best way to blend product. So feel free to use anything. You can use your fingers, you can use brushes, you can use a beauty blender. Now I'm super excited. I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty palette. I was so excited to use this one. Look at all those beautiful shades. So I'm starting off with a lighter shade in the palette. It's Moroccan Ice. And I'm just taking that and I'm putting it all over my lid. Mainly focusing on having it closer to my tear duct. So I want it to be brighter near my tear duct, closer towards the front of my eyes. So just go through, pat, blend. When applying a color like this, especially something that you want to stand out a little bit more, the key is to just pat it onto your eyes as opposed to like pulling. Pulling is just gonna pull the product. Patting is really gonna set that into your skin. So repeat on the other side. Now I am taking a tapered brush and then I am going in with the shade Sock It To Me and filling in my outer corners. I really want that product to be nice and bold on the outer corners of my eyes. So I'm just going in and really laying it in thick and heavy. I'm going in with a MAC blending brush, just going through, blending that out a little bit. Don't want any harsh lines. Still want it to be bold, but I also want it to be blended. So blend. I like to pull it up a little bit, blend it up a little. And then repeat. All right, now I'm going in with the shade Saffron. And I'm just gonna take that and put it onto the outer corners and blending it into my lash line a little bit, taking it as far as the center of my lid, just to add a little bit more color and make it a little bit more bold. Okay, I'm going in with the shade Moroccan Ice, just applying it to the center of my lid, adding a little bit of color. Again, just tapping, not pulling, and just trying to put the product on, not move it around. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to mix the shades Moroccan Ice and Sock It To Me, just to kind of blend the line of where those two colors meet, so you don't see any harshness. For this look, I'm just going to use a black eyeshadow with an angled brush to apply some eyeliner. I'm not going to go through and apply anything too defined or deep. I just want to add just a little something to create more of a smoky effect. With this, I'm just focusing on the outer corners of my eyes. Well, I lied. Now I'm taking it in. Alright, now I'm just going to go in with my eyelash curler, curl my lashes. Please don't mind that disgusting makeup buildup on my eyelash curler. I have the type of lashes that stick just straight out, so I need a little something. And I'm just doing this before I go through and apply some lashes. We're going to use these Ardell lashes, and I'm going to use these tweezers. The tweezers are by Cello, and I decided to chuck them because they absolutely suck. So scratch that. I applied some lash glue to the lashes, and I like to wait a couple seconds and let it dry off before I try to apply them. And sometimes the struggle just is real with lash applications, and that's okay. For some reason, I am absolutely struggling today. So there I go with both lashes on. I'm going in with a NYX just white eyeliner, putting it on my lower lash line. Then I'm taking this Thrive mascara. This stuff is amazing. I absolutely love it. And I'm just applying it to my lower lash line. Just make them pop. Okay, now I'm going in with a KatVonD eyebrow pencil. I recently received this in a BoxyCharm box. I actually really like it. I usually use the Anastasia Beverly Hills, but this is really good. So just going in, filling my eyebrows. I like a nice defined arch, so that's what I'm doing there. Sorry, needed to get a closer look, so grabbed a mirror. I don't like to take the eyebrow pencil all the way to the front of my eyebrows. I mean, I do and I don't. It kind of just depends on the type of look that I'm creating and how much makeup I'm actually wearing. But typically, I like for the front of my eyebrows to be a little bit less filled in. Not because I'm trying to create an ombre brow, but just because sometimes I feel like it can look a bit unnatural for me because I have less hair there at the front of my eyebrows. As you can see, there's barely anything there. So once I fill in with the pencil, I do something different with the front of my eyebrows, which is I like to just go in. I like to use this Anastasia Beverly Hills tinted brow gel. The one I'm using is in the shade Chocolate. It has those bristles on it, so it really just looks ever so natural when I apply it to the front of my eyebrows like that. So I prefer that over anything else. So I'm just going through, applying it to the front of my eyebrows, and then also just kind of applying it to the rest of my eyebrows just to add a little bit more color and to hold my brows in place. I'm all about the bold brow and the light hair. I'm just going in with a fluffy MAC brush, blending all of that product off. Going in with the Anastasia contour kit. I use the shade in the middle. I am not sure what it's called, but it's the shade with the least amount of warmth in it. So for nice contour, you want to use something that has more of like a gray undertone as opposed to warmth. And I'm just taking that and I am applying it to my cheekbones from the tip of my ear, and I drag it through to the center of my cheeks. Then I also take that same brush in the same shade and I apply it down the sides of my nose and the tip of my nose. Now I'm going in with Too Faced bronzer in shade Chocolate Soleil. It literally smells like chocolate. It's absolutely fabulous. And before I go in and blend my contour, I'm just going to apply this to my forehead. I have a bigger forehead, so I apply a darker shade to the corners of my forehead to make it look smaller. So I'm going through and I'm blending in the cheek contour. When I blend in the cheek contour, I do add a little bit, I have been adding a little bit of the Chocolate Soleil just to add a little bit more color. And then also contouring my neck and my jawline. There goes that. I'm just taking a Anastasia brush that I received in an eyeshadow palette and using that to blend my nose contour. Also, apparently I received a text message. so excited about this. I am going in with the Fenty Beauty, the Fenty Beauty highlight in shade Trophy Wife. I absolutely love this. Like, I mean, look at that. It is so bold. It is so defined. I absolutely love it. Applying it to the top of my cheeks, tip of my nose, my forehead. One thing that I'll say about this highlight is that it's very loose. So I felt like I had like a lot of loose speckles of gold everywhere. But otherwise, it's absolutely beautiful. I'm going in with the Becca blush in shade Songbird. If anyone knows me, or as you get to know me, you will know that I love blush. I absolutely love it. Blush is life. Blush gives me life. Sometimes I get a little carried away, but it's okay. Now I'm going in with a MAC lip liner in the shade Subculture. I like to overline a little bit, so I will overline, drag it down a little bit on my bottom lip, and I will overline on my top lip. Nothing too crazy, just to give me that good shape. Alright, and now I'm going in with MAC lipstick in the shade Magic Spell. And just blotting. Also, that's one thing you'll learn about me. I love to blot my lipstick. Just something about it not being so neatly applied to my lips. So yeah, here we go. Here is the final look. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.